What's up, guys, and welcome to a new episode for a new year, and I hope everybody had a great holiday. If you're all confused why this episode, well, the first episode this year started out as a TinkerCad episode, well, I've got some good reasons for that one. TinkerCad is a very useful tool for 3D printers and 3D printer owners, especially if you're looking to create some stuff yourself. So go ahead over to Google and do like an image search. Oh, no, not like that. Go search for something cool. Actually something cool. Oh, geez. And I'm taking myself literally. Anyway, the point is, what you're really looking for is transparent PNG images that you can extrude into TinkerCad and then kind of use as pieces or parts of designs that you create yourself. And there's lots of ways that you can do that, and there's lots of ways that you can kind of mess with TinkerCad in order to make this work. But some people don't know the entire process, so I'm going to go over that with you. And I'm not necessarily going to use the shape that I'm finding for you here, but this is just an example of a transparent image that you can use. There you go. And if you want to convert the image to an SVG, you're going to want to head over to convertio.co. This is a free service. I believe all you have to deal with is just waiting a little bit, and that's it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the file that you downloaded from wherever you got it from, if you paid for it. Again, just make sure it is a transparent PNG and that you can use it that way. You're going to want to put that into the converter, choose SVG as the type of output, and then you're going to convert that file. This will take maybe 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the complexity of the file. I have seen some files take a little longer, and that just really depends on what kind of file it is and the detail level that's going on. In this particular case, this finished pretty quickly, so just download the file, and get ready to use it pretty much. So when we walk into TinkerCad, again, this is generally just a 3D program where you can kind of manipulate stuff in 3D space, and you can then export these files for all sorts of things. But one of the things you can do with them is you can create things for 3D print, and I have found a dozen or more uses for this again and again. We have used it for client projects, we have used it for custom pieces, we have used it to modify pieces, we have used it for hollowing techniques. There's a lot of things you can do with this. You can make a heart locket if you want. I mean, I'm not really good with that sort of stuff. I'm not a modeler, but in this sense, you could just do it. You could just you get the shapes, and you could just kind of like mess around for a minute, and just boom, there you go. I got like a little lock. Well, okay, that looks terrible. We could probably do better. And again, I'm speeding this up a little bit because there's portions of this that are incredibly slow and boring because of the fact that the file takes a minute to load during that process. And we'll just finish up making up this little ridiculous looking locket thing. And there we go. Yay! No, that's terrible. And entirely not the point of what I'm trying to show you. But in general, just some things you can do with TinkerCad. And that's just me being silly. So anyway, you're going to want to go over to the Import tab, and you're going to import your file that you created an SVG out of. And then you're going to bring it in and wait. And again, this isn't an extremely complex file. I don't understand why it took a minute, but it did. There was a big delay here, and I do apologize for that one. Yeah, I don't know. Big delay. It's just like you're waiting, just waiting. You ever feel like you're waiting for a bus that just never shows up? That's kind of how this felt. And I was like, is it going to load? My goodness. And there we go. Okay. So here we have the Wonder Woman logo, which is the symbol that I chose because this was actually something we had worked with before. I made a plaque. It was a custom plaque that we actually put on a wood backing, but this was a two-part plaque. So there was the backing that we created, and then the front part, which gets punched out, and then we create like a relief for it. So you'll see what I mean. And we'll go through each step there. So right now I'm creating the backing, and that's a cube essentially that I'm just kind of stretching. And I'll bring that down around the logo and then kind of adjust its height so it is not too tall. We don't really need to be extremely tall, we just need to be tall enough. And then I'll just use some color to separate them so my eyes can see them a little bit better. Because honestly, working like that in with the two colors on top of each other makes you kind of go colorblind. See, when you join the objects together, they become the same color, and then you kind of have, oh look, we can see what it would look like if we just popped it out. So now that's not what we want to do. In my case, I wanted to actually create like I said, I wanted to be able to punch this out. And then once I punch it out, I want to be able to then take the same piece and use it as another exportable that I can print. So essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to make a copy of it, and then I'm going to have to kind of work on one piece, and then when I'm finished with that piece, I'll bring the other. I'll start working on the other copy of the logo. Which honestly, there's nothing to do as long as they fit into place. It'll just be a matter of one kind of fitting into the other and making sure that when I print them, I don't screw up the scaling on them. But if you want to cut a hole instead of joining, like as you can see, when you select multiple objects, the menu items up top there in the upper right light up, and those are your join, your group, ungroup icons, and then you'll have like align icons that are also up there. And if you choose the hole option when you're selecting any object, it turns that object or geometry into a hole, which is incredibly handy if you want to punch a hole in something. But it doesn't. It physically means a hole. Like it actually carves into the geometry, whatever shape it is that you've created. And if it cuts all the way through, it's going to cut all the way through. If it doesn't cut all the way through, you're going to cut like partially through. So you have to be cautious about how far that you want to go. And then, like in this case, I'm using it to cut a relief in, so we can then place the other shape once we create these objects on the 3D printer bed. And so essentially this is just kind of like, okay, I need to punch one out and then I need to keep one. So I just have two of those objects, and one is ready to be punched out and the other one is just ready to be printed on its own. And then we kind of just join all the objects, so you get the one piece with the relief and the carving of the Wonder Woman logo, and then you have the one piece which is just simply the Wonder Woman logo by itself. And of course you want to add some text, and not many fonts in TinkerCad, little disappointing, but you've got some. Bob. No, I don't think this is a Bob. Let's call this Susan. There we go. Susan. This will be Susan's plaque. My client's name was not Susan, but I think that's funny. Oh, and I cut all the way through. See, that's something you can do. I punched it too far. You really just want to cut like a layer or two, just enough to put some detail in there, so when it prints, you have enough to paint. There you go. And there's the top part. So, I mean, that's an example of something that's incredibly simple. Took maybe, 15, 20 minutes. Probably most of the time was loading. And now we just export each part, and we'll hop over to Lychee. See, I told you we'd get there eventually. All right, now these aren't going to be a really big supporting video because there's no support. I'm going to print these right off the plate. Hopefully they won't have too many issues on the bottom layer, because sometimes they will get funky, but I think these guys will be okay. Pretty straightforward shapes. The last time we printed them for the customer, they actually printed perfect. There was not even any elephant footing at the bottom. I couldn't think of the term, where the resin kind of overexposes because of the first couple layers being so intense. In this case, it was fine. We had to do a little bit of sanding on the edge, but honestly, I couldn't think of a better way to. I mean, you could support it differently if you want to, but it's kind of I don't know. I don't really want to spend that much time sanding that kind of an object, and it was going to get sprayed So honestly, for me, it was like, no, I'm gonna print this off the plate. This, of course, this was almost like a test validation print. I was like, this is like a credit card. I can easily just boop right off the plate. And these are quick prints too. These are like 15, 20, 30 minutes, I think, tops. Not even 30 minutes. I think it's like 15, 20 minutes. Because we're talking maybe 160 layers. And I think 60 layers for the other one. So yeah. Very small uses of resin too. Not a lot of cost here. And then once that's done, obviously go print them off. Clean them up, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to do something more intricate, obviously you're going to have to get into sculpting and Blender and stuff like that. But TinkerCad is a great way to have fun, and I think it's a fantastic tool to kind of broaden your horizons if you want to play around with making your own custom designs. I've done everything from like Deadpool coins to Superman keychain pendants. All kinds of stuff. So it's kind of neat what you can play around with and create when you get custom requests. When someone's like, "Hey, I want a Deadpool coin." Well, okay. How the heck do I? Okay, there we go. That's how we do it. And you can create some pretty neat stuff. And then as long as you have the materials to make it look like what you want. And honestly, for a coin, you just you paint it metallic, or you. I mean, if you want to go crazy, you can actually have it electroplated, but. We just use like a metallic spray and then just kind of coat it with a gloss coat to give it like a real shiny look. But then, it just depends on what the customer's looking for. In this particular case, we kind of just had fun with this design, and the plaque turned out really good at the end of the day. We even used a nice piece of wood on the bottom. So the customer and everybody else was happy. So it was a good piece. But again, like I said, this was just an example of something you can do. You don't necessarily just doesn't have to be the simplest thing, but you can take shapes. You can take multiple shapes, and you can join them together. You can create big, giant, meshes. You can create a house. You'd be surprised. You let your imagination go wild. Check it out, though. TinkerCad's very cool. I highly advise anybody with a 3D printer to check it out. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody watching. As always, this episode, as well as any episode we publish, we will try to do some more at least once or twice a week. I think in this particular, episode, I know we didn't focus a lot on Lychee, and I do apologize if that's what you guys were hoping for. We're going to try and do another supporting tutorial video as soon as possible, and I'm coming up with some really good ones as well for the rest of the year, so stay tuned. I really thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. It does help us a lot, so go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to leave us some comments, and hey, we did away with the music too for those guys who were asking as well, so hope you guys appreciate that. Anyway, see y'all next time. Don't forget, again, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and don't forget to ring the bell if you want notifications about the episodes that we do publish. Thank you guys again so much. See y'all soon.